Well, welcome everyone. This is the NJCU men's golf team. We had three great seniors this year. So I'll first start talking about Dan Gaul. Dan is a 4-year member and a 4-year starter of the men's golf team. He's also a 3-year captain. He's made an impact right away when he stepped foot on campus, on and off the golf course. He's every coach's dream. He's the type of kid that we want to recruit year in and year out with our program. He's a leader. He's passionate. He's committed. He wants to improve the game. He puts the time in to do so. He's a high character kid. He does well in the classroom. So all these intangibles are things that we want to look for our kids, and we're certainly going to miss those characteristics of Dan. Going to the golf course, he's made an impact, like I said, right from the get-go. As a freshman, he's had multiple rounds in the 70s, including his highlighted performance last spring at the Rosemont Invitational during his junior year. He broke the 36-hole scoring record by 4 shots previously held. So he shot a total of 153. He shot a 77 and a 76 in that tournament. That's really a cool thing for him to take on, and an awesome record breaker. In addition to his senior year, his last tournament in the fall, he at our first ever NJ Cup, hosted with all the New Jersey schools. He finished with an 81 at Fort Hill Field Club, which is one of our practice sports. So he finished with a strong tournament. I know he probably wanted to do a little bit better, but overall, he continued to improve each year. If you look at his junior year compared to his senior year, he improved by almost 2 shots. So it just goes to show that the time that he put in to really want to improve and get better, and he continued to do so, and we appreciate all those efforts. In addition, we were part of our first ever spring break trip to North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina this spring. We were fortunate enough to get that trip in before everything was shut down. So when I came on board 2 years ago, I wanted to make sure that our kids were able to experience a spring break trip year in and year out. So I know all the seniors were appreciative of that, and something that they can remember for years to come. Dan, we're certainly going to miss you in many ways. Hopefully you enjoyed your experience, and hopefully you'll come back and be a part of an alumni group moving forward. And just so you know, hopefully we'll get a chance to eat some dinner at the Waffle House one day. What do you think?
Dan, I mean, you've been such an active member of this NJC community since you stepped foot on campus. And we're not just talking about golf, just overall between your involvement with SAC and community service and other events on campus. Can you kind of put into words what this 4-year experience has been like for you personally?
The last 4 years has really been a life-changing experience. Growing up in Monmouth County and then coming up to Jersey City was a really big change for me, and it's opened up a lot of really amazing doors and opportunities. Coming up to NJCU to do the fire science program has really shown me the right path to want to become a career firefighter in Jersey City with the Jersey City Fire Department, as well as other community engagements in this area. On the athletics end, as a freshman, it was a big adjustment getting up every day, trying to juggle coursework as well as golf practice 5 days a week, and then all the other requirements of that with our study hall sessions and other obligations that we have. But NJCU as a whole has been a really good community, and everyone's always been there to have my back and my teammates back whenever we were down or we felt like we were in a situation that we needed help with. That's the one really amazing thing I've found from NJC over the 4 years. The athletics department as a whole is a very tight-knit and smaller community. So everyone knows who you are, knows who your team is, knows who your coach is. And that really helps give athletes a certain level of comfort, especially if you're new to a situation. Because there's always someone that knows who you are and that's willing to go out of their way and help you at times. Whether it's you've only spoken to once or twice, or just seeing passing that through the gym. Everyone's always known who I am and always been there to help me. And that goes the same for us on the golf team. We have done as much as we really can to try to support other teams and be there for when other people need us. And it's a really good feeling to know that you really are part of a family at NJCU. And it's a little bit different for I think the golf team and a smaller team like we have, because you really get the opportunity to become close with your teammates. Being that we only had 7 or 8 guys at the peak of our team when we were here, it's very easy to make close friendships that are going to last the rest of our lives. But I think that played a real crucial role in my 4 years here at NJCU.
Can you talk about just the work that you put in to improve yourself from where you were obviously a very contributing player in high school coming out of Manalapan High to being a 4-year starter, a 3-year captain, and a guy who's going to leave with his name in the record books through a few different categories?
I don't know how that.
Of course. So the one big thing, at least for me, is I've loved fun. So going out and finding the hours in the day to go practice or just sit at a computer and watch instructional videos or go get a lesson from an instructor, that was always easy for me to do. I always had the drive to want to get better, and like Justin Davis pointed out, just always keep putting one foot in front of the other. So that was always the good part about me and trying to practice and get better. Golf's an interesting game because one shot can impact the rest of the round, and it's either that's a good shot or the bad shot. And over the years, between Coach Ferrante, who we had our first 2 years, and then Coach Eck, who we had for my last 2 years, they stressed a lot how you have to put the bad shots behind you right when they happen, and remember the good ones, because every shot counts in a smaller team sport like we had, and you always have to do your best and keep yourself mentally strong. And then between the team ourselves, we always had a very competitive drive and amongst ourselves. We always want to try to one-up each other, and that really helps get the best out of everybody, whether it was us ragging on Justin for not being able to get us plaid pants, or Jack Dunn's famous first shot. The competitiveness between us drove us all to get better and be the best teammates we can.
Please tell us about your future post-graduation plans.
So right now I'm working as a EMT for the Cranford Fire Department, which is in Union County. I'm going to continue to work in the first response industry. My overall goal is to become a career firefighter with the Jersey City Fire Department. I'm currently on the list right now, and hoping once things get back to normal from this virus, they continue their hiring trend. But my ultimate goal is just to be a first responder and give back to the community, and it's something that I've always wanted to do since my father's been a real inspiration to that, being a police officer and firefighter for close to 40 years. I'm trying to follow in his footsteps and continue that.
All right, next guy is Justin Davis. So Justin Davis is also a 4-year player on our men's golf team. He's also a 2-year captain. As some of you might know, he's certainly had a unique path to NJCU. He spent many years serving our country in the military, so we're very appreciative of those experiences he's had protecting our country. We're just very thankful and happy that he found a path to NJCU. We were able to be a part of his life over the last couple of years and be able to coach him. He's improved tremendously from freshman to senior year. He's not the person that started playing golf when he was 10 years old. He came to the game of golf much later in his career, but He's the type of kid that just wants to continue to improve and get better, and he certainly showed that throughout his time. His scoring average from junior to senior year almost improved by 8 shots. So he went from about a 96 average his junior year to his senior fall campaign to slightly over 88. So just to go to show the time he's put in and the commitment and the dedication to not only want to improve, but to help his team as much as possible. He had much more of an impact his junior and senior year, pretty much playing in all of our tournaments. Highlighted was our Muhlenberg Invitational last fall, where he shot an 83, and then his final fall match over for Sofield Club with the New Jersey Cup, he shot an 84. So those scores are remarkable from when I first met him, and I'm just super appreciative of everything he's done and his maturity level and his leadership qualities, always doing the right thing. So we're certainly going to miss Justin, for a lot of different reasons, and hopefully maybe we'll have a chance to see him next year on the golf course as well. But we wish you the best in the future. And just think, once you're on the golf course moving forward, outside of the NJCU lines, you can wear plaid pants every round if you'd like.
When you came to university 4 years ago and joined the golf team, what were you expecting from this experience, and did it live up to what you had in your mind?
I believe, that's a pretty hard question. Expectations, I think, going into it, I expected it to be demanding. Expected it to be very rigorous, challenging, because golf transcends, just the game that you're actually experiencing out there on the, between 18 holes. There's so much more to it, but it definitely met and exceeded all challenges, just both on and off the field, because there's much more that goes into being a part of a golf program. Looking back, I think that, it's every bit as difficult as I expected it to be, but more so, with every challenge, the reward is always greater. And I think that the reward that I got for having gone through the experience was definitely worth it.
Your path has been well chronicled, multiple tours in the military, in the Marines, and the fact that you picked up golf so many years ago, while playing overseas, and have been able to now play 4 years as a non-traditional student coming off, military service. Can you put into words what this 4-year experience meant to you personally, and the friendships you've made along the way?
I think we kind of touched base on that in some of the NCAA uphill when we were trying to do a waiver, but some of the things that golf has meant for me, especially in these past 4 years, has been a welcome breath of fresh air, not just from being outside, obviously, but from being able to just unwind. Golf, for a lot of people, keeps you sane. Some it drives them insane, but that kind of punishment I like, and I think golf, the game of golf, being involved with this program with NJCU has given me a little bit of respite, much needed, to just kind of collect my thoughts and piece together, everything that's happened to me up until this point, and then also for me to just kind of take a moment to pause and bring it all in.
And then final question for you is, tell us about your future plans post-graduation.
Well, I'm actually already registered for this fall, so I'm continuing on with the graduate program. We had a bridge program, allow me to continue on for a 1-year master's. During that time, I'll be doing a CPA prep course, and then there in the end, sitting down and hopefully passing the CPA after many hours of studying. But that's the short term. Long term, just keep tearing my buddies up at the golf course on the weekend, and taking it day by day. Staying in touch with NJCU. Still like to keep dibs on what's going on with the program and see how far it's come. I've seen just in these few short years, the program, blossom and has so much more potential. I'm really excited to see what it's going to be like going forward.
last but not least is Jack Dunn. Jack came on our program last year. He's been with our team for about a year and a half. He very appreciative of everything he's done. He wasn't that avid golfer that played high school golf or came to school to play golf. But the thing I probably appreciated with him the most was you wouldn't think that he came to practice every day wanting to get better. He certainly wanted to be the person that didn't let his teammates down. He didn't get much playing time his junior year last year, but he played in pretty much every tournament his senior year, and he certainly took advantage of those opportunities. Probably when he stepped foot on as a walk-on, he probably didn't think he was going to play many tournaments, but he rose to the occasion, and we appreciate his efforts. If you look back on his career highlight this past fall at the McDaniel Invitational, he shot a career best 87. His first tee shot was something I've probably never seen in my whole career. We won't go into details regarding that, but it was certainly the best bogey I've ever seen in my life, which helped lead him to that 87. So that was a great recovery from the first tee shot, Jack. So well done. But again, you're a laid back, relaxed person. Appreciate those qualities in you. But again, most importantly, coming on as a walk-on and kind of cherishing those opportunities and taking full advantage of it. We're certainly going to miss you in those regards. And we wish you the best in the future with your career. And hopefully, like I said to the other two, you will come back and be an integral part of our alumni base and continue to be a part of our program. So once the fall comes and we're practicing, we're certainly going to miss you at practice. The one thing I won't miss is that daily Yankees hat. So, but again, thank you for everything you've done. And again, all seniors, like I said, Coach Lee and I are very thankful for everything you've done for our program, and hopefully you've laid a foundation for years to come. And you are the type of kids that we want to continue to bring into our program each and every year. So thank you again.
Can you walk us through your decision to come out for the NJCU golf team as a junior?
So I came to NJCU, for the fire science program. That was my main goal. I had no knowledge of a golf team. It was never a thought. I played sports growing up every year, played in high school, and sports is really important to me, but I just had no, I didn't think that I would have the chance to play in college or anything. So never really thought about it. Fast forward to junior year, I was in a history class with Bobby Williams, as you know, on the golf team at the time when he was still here. And he was looking at some golf stuff on the computer, and I asked him, "You play golf?" And he said, "Yes, I play for NJCU." And from that point, that's when I realized there was a golf team. And he said, and we were talking, I told him that I, played for recreationally, but didn't play in high school or anything like that. So he brought me to coach, as there wasn't a lot of golfers and they were looking for people to play that were interested. And from there, I just thought I'd give it a try, be a good opportunity to, meet some people in the university and get more involved in the university, which was something I really wasn't involved with anything at the time. So I took the chance, and I'm more than happy that I did that, because the memories, it made my college experience, probably 10 times more enjoyable, even though it was only for my last 2 years. But definitely one of the best decisions I made while in college. First tee shot, my tee shot that coach just mentioned wasn't my favorite memory. It was one of them, but it wasn't my favorite. My favorite one was, when I went to the junior year in the fall, when I went to my first tournament, which was I think it was the Drew in Springbrook. I didn't know what to expect. Obviously, I was nervous. Never played in a college tournament before, and we're standing on the first tee and watching the first group, the group in front of me tee off, and I was still nervous. And the one kid, I don't know what school he was from, but he hit his first tee shot into the bushes right in front of the tee box, and then his second one into the fence, and then his third one into the parking lot. And that kind of made me really relaxed, going before I went up to the first tee. So that was just, found that funny. I was not expecting that at all, but it made me feel a little bit more comfortable going into it.
Can you tell us about your future plans post NJCU?
So just like Dan, you know, I grew up around the fire department. My father was a fireman for over 40 years also. So, you know, since I was a kid, I knew that I want to be a firefighter, and that's what I've been pursuing. So at the time when I came to NJCU, I had no plans of how I was going to go about that. But coming to the university and coming into Jersey City, I realized how much I like the Jersey City. So I ended up making the commitment, moving down here, taking the test for Jersey City Fire Department. So that's what I'm hoping for now. Trying to pursue that career here in Jersey City. But you know, options are open, and hopefully all works out. But I think, you know, NJCU, the fire science program, you know, hopefully set me up for success, get along the right path. And then once I'm settled in a job, I'm hoping to come back to NJCU, pursue like graduate program, master's degree, something of that nature. So.
Unfortunately, because the season was cut short, I didn't get to work with everyone individually as much as I wanted. But from what I saw, you guys all have great potential, so keep working at it. Golf is a game where you can play till forever, so don't quit. Keep working at it. It's extremely frustrating sometimes, but that's why it's such an amazing game. You're always learning. I'm so glad that we got to do the spring break trip, and it was pretty ironic that only the seniors went, so that's pretty special. You guys were a great group on and off the golf course, so always keep in touch, and good luck with your future endeavors, and that's all for me.